In the last few years, humans have made some astonishing discoveries. Airplanes, the internet, and laptops, for example. In the past 200 years, humans have made some astonishing discoveries. From airplanes and telephones to rockets and spacecraft, we began to change the world. Gradually, scientists started to become quite arrogant about their own achievements. But when it came to exploring space beyond this world, we realized that we actually know very little. My name is Hassan Ahmed, and in these episodes, we will explore all the things that scientists have learned about this universe in the past 100 years. Our world is a very small part of this universe. Outside our world, there are countless unexplored things that we are still trying to understand, like black holes, quasars, nebulas, galaxies, and many more such things. Our universe holds all of these things. Our world is just a very small part of it, as I mentioned. The other things within our universe, like other planets, stars, and galaxies, all exist inside a huge bubble, and that bubble keeps slowly expanding every day. This expansion has been ongoing ever since the universe was formed, and everything we can know or will ever know is a part of this universe. So, just how vast is this entire expansion? It's impossible for us to even imagine its scale, but ever since we started researching it, ever since we began to investigate the size of our universe, when scientists finally determined it, we realized that we can't represent it in kilometers or meters. Kilometers and meters are the units we use to represent distances on Earth. But when it comes to extremely vast distances, these units fall short. It becomes very difficult to represent such distances. For example, if you want to state the distance between Karachi and Lahore, you wouldn't express it in inches or centimeters. At most, you would state it in kilometers. The distances in our vast and expansive universe are so incredibly immense that we don't even express them in conventional units like kilometers or miles. To truly comprehend how we accurately represent such astronomical distances, you first need to grasp a fundamental concept. You may have keenly noticed that when we play a game of cricket, the ball comes hurtling towards the batsman and they hit it with considerable force. If you're observing from a very close proximity, you distinctly hear the sharp sound of the ball making contact with the bat at precisely the same moment you see it. However, if you're situated within a large stadium or watching from a significant distance away, you will undoubtedly perceive a noticeable and slight delay between visually seeing the ball strike the bat and audibly hearing the accompanying sound. The farther your position is from the action, the longer it inherently takes for the sound waves to travel and ultimately reach your ears. You've most probably observed this fascinating phenomenon with both lightning and its subsequent thunder as well. When a powerful lightning bolt dramatically strikes, you visually perceive it first, and then, after a few noticeable seconds later, you distinctly hear the rumbling thunder. Why does this intriguing phenomenon occur? Sound travels in the form of propagating waves, and you don't hear it instantaneously the very moment you visually perceive something happen. Even though light reaches you incredibly quickly, sound takes a little bit of time to traverse the distance, which is precisely why there's a discernible delay. The delay occurs because sound inherently takes a bit of time to physically reach your location. Similarly, light is also a wave. Even though it arrives very quickly and almost instantaneously, it takes 8.3 minutes for light from the sun to reach us. So we say that the moon is 1.3 light seconds away from us, and the sun is 8.3 light minutes away. So then, how big is our universe if we represent its size in terms of light? If you shine a torch from one end to the other, do you know how long it takes for the light to travel across? 93 billion years. You know what a billion means. Just add 9 zeros after 93. It would take so many years for that light to travel from one end to the other, and to put it in perspective, you can also think about the fact that the age of our universe is 14 billion years. So, the time it takes for light to cross from one end to the other is much greater than the actual age of our universe itself. That's how vast our universe is. Just think for yourself, what all incredible things might exist in this vast universe that we currently know about, because we are truly confined to a very tiny, almost insignificant part of it. Everything else, the immense unknown, is still completely outside our current knowledge and understanding. We actively explore many fascinating things, and in order to explore them effectively, we have to meticulously build advanced rockets and sophisticated spacecraft. What exactly is a spacecraft? It's essentially like building a highly specialized robot right here on Earth, carefully equipping it with high-resolution cameras and various scientific instruments, and then powerfully launching it into space through a mighty rocket. It goes up into the atmosphere, and then you skillfully send it to different, distant locations within the expansive realm of space. For example, we have successfully built many powerful rockets and numerous such intelligent robots, and we regularly send them to explore different planets within our solar system. Just like our own Earth diligently revolves around the Sun, takes 1 year to complete its orbit. In the same way, there are many other planets out there that do the same thing. For example, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn. These all revolve around the Sun. Revolve around the Sun in their own time, and our Earth also revolves around the Sun in the same way. So, scientists thought, why not see what's inside these other planets? Scientists built robots for this purpose. These robots are sent up via rockets, which then take them to those planets, where they land and send us back high-definition pictures. Now, a lot of these developments happened in the 1960s. At that time, we didn't have much technology, so the pictures we received were quite rigid and unclear. For example, we sent a spacecraft to one of Saturn's moons. As soon as it landed, the pictures we got showed us that there was ice present there, and the presence of ice is significant because ice represents the possibility of life. There's a good chance that wherever you find ice, you might also find forms of life, like bacteria, plants, and similar things. But now, most of the robots we have are on Mars, the ones we've sent. From there, we get high-definition pictures back, and then we closely analyze them to see what Mars is made of. When we go there, we might find forms of life. Scientists explore all these things. In 1969, when astronauts went to the moon for the first time, a space race began. China, Russia, and the United States started competing with each other to see who could explore more things. It's not just these probes and robots that are useful for exploration, we also need to look far beyond our world. So scientists began building very large telescopes. These instruments are called telescopes, and they are located in many parts of the world. With them, you can observe very distant objects in great detail, such as nebulae, faraway stars, and galaxies. But as you may have noticed, if you're inside a city, it's very difficult to see because there's so much pollution and so much light that you can barely see the stars. If you go to a mountainous area, you can see a lot more things. You will be able to see stars, faintly different colors, and you might even spot some galaxies. But even then, it's not that much. There's still a lot of pollution, according to scientists. So scientists thought, why not build a huge telescope, take it outside the Earth, capture images from there, and send them back to Earth? So then, scientists built the Hubble Space Telescope. They took its pieces into space, assembled them there, returned to Earth, and then sent even larger pieces to be joined together. And within a few years, the Hubble Space Telescope was completed. The Hubble Space Telescope made many discoveries for us. We saw what kinds of things exist far beyond our world, what deep fields are, and how nebulae appear in high definition. All these discoveries were made possible by the Hubble Space Telescope. This telescope could only show us distant objects, but scientists also thought, why not send something that doesn't go to any planet, but just keeps traveling through space and keeps sending us pictures for years and years? There was such a space probe called Voyager 1. The mission of Voyager 1 was to pass very close to the planets, take high-definition pictures of them, and relay those images back to us. But once we sent it there and its mission was completed, what should be done with it now? The scientists had already thought about this. What they did was, they considered that if Voyager 1 were to be found by an intelligent species, like a species similar to us, or one that understands technology, what would happen if it fell into their hands? So the scientists decided to include a disk inside it, to store information that would let them know where this object came from and who made it. Their intention was that maybe one day we could meet each other. If someone finds it, they might look at it and realize where it came from, and they could come to our world. This is a terrifying prospect, but a lot of research is done on it as well. Anyway, Voyager 1 continued on its journey, and ever since its launch in 1977, it has been sending information back to us. A few years ago, it made a major discovery. We kept listening to its signals. Just a few years ago, ions were being detected there. Ions are particles, and as it kept detecting them, its signal remained constant for many years. But suddenly, its signal increased rapidly, and then, within a few seconds, it completely disappeared. At first, it seemed like Voyager 1 had shut down, but what actually happened was that it exited our solar system. That means this whole system of our sun, around which the planets revolve, Voyager 1 went beyond that entire bubble. So, the change in the sound, that difference you heard, was because it had crossed that boundary. Now, it's in interstellar space. All this exploration we can only do within our solar system. Now, our solar system is inside a galaxy, and our galaxy is also part of a cluster of galaxies. So, one can only imagine what other things are out there that humans have no idea about. We'll discuss all these things in great detail in the next episode, like black holes, time dilation, stars, and galaxies. So, stay tuned.